And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And what a game. The Boks finishing the year on a high, beating England 27 points to 13. A really accomplished performance, a really complete performance, I thought, from the Boks. And very keen to see how the player ratings are after what a pretty dominant performance. Probably our best performance of the year, to be perfectly honest. Just in terms of there being very little that we didn't do particularly well. And I think the biggest thing is sort of to gauge how we're feeling, because it's been a weird year. It's been a weird year, if we're being brutally honest. And lots of things have gone right, lots of things have gone wrong. But at the end of the day, if you're sitting there saying, have we progressed as a side? I think that's definitely a yes. And have we learned a lot of lessons? I think it's a big yes. And I think probably maybe very importantly, we found new players. And somebody like Kurtley Arendse, the rise of Kurtley Arendse this year has been absolutely revolutionary. And that needs to be celebrated. We really need to acknowledge the fact that we've found some really good players and we have introduced them into the system. And I think we've also built a lot of depth. We now finished the year with a 62% win rate, which is tied with New Zealand, worse than France and worse than Ireland. So it's not phenomenal. It's not phenomenal. Let's not beat around the bush here. It's not fantastic, but it's not terrible. It's not, for me, like panic stations. And I hope that we can sort of, and we're going to talk about that a lot over the next week. We're very much still a work in progress, but I think today we saw a big step forward. And at the end of the day, it's all about whether we're going to be ready for France 2023, isn't it? And the question, and for me today, we saw a side taking another step up, and I think that's a big positive. Now, before we do the player ratings, basically what happens, we're going to go through all of them. We're going to give a rating of 1 and 10. We are going to have to vote for a man of the match, which means I need 4 nominations out of you. Now, I think Kurtley Arendse is in there. I don't think we need to debate that much, to be honest. So we're going to get a poll going, and you guys are going to vote for a man of the match. Who was your man of the match? And I'm seeing, obviously, you're going to put Kurtley Arendse in there. Kurtley Arendse, and I'm seeing lots of Faf de Klerks. So we're going to put Faf de Klerk in there. I'm seeing, that's another Monster I'm seeing. I'm seeing Damien Willemse. Franco. Yeah, I think I go back to Franco Monster chart. That's another Frans Mahouba I'm seeing. I'm seeing a Ruus there. I'm seeing a Damien Willemse there. What else? Who else are we sort of seeing there? I'm seeing lots of Mostert. So yeah, we have to put Mostert in there. Seeing Frans Mahouba. Give me a fourth one. Now I'm seeing different names. Now I'm seeing a Leroux. That's 2 Lerouxs. I'm seeing France for 80 minutes from Sean Barnard. I'm seeing Evan. I'm seeing a Ruus. You know what? I think there's too many other things. I'm just going to throw these. I think let's go throw those ones out. Those are the clear front runners. So we're going to put those into the comments. And you can go vote, and we'll come and revisit that at the end. But basically how this works, as I said, is it's literally going to be a case of going to each player. We're going to look at their performance. We're going to give them a rating between 1 and 10. Basically, how this happens is that the website will then aggregate it, and in theory, will spit out a rating that has been sort of aggregated. And I think we've actually changed it so it actually won't just give you a 5.5 or whatever. I think it actually will give more than that in terms of, so it'll actually just give you the exact sort of rating where you are. So let's see if this works. And so we'll start with Oxen Chair, and I think that starting front row deserves a lot of credit, particularly Frans Mahouba, who did have to come on for Thomas du Toit. But they dominated. They really did. I mean, as I said, Frans Mahouba folded Marco Vinopola like a well-ironed shirt. And Oxen Chair's game reads like this: 2 carries, 3 tackles, missed 1 tackle, 1 turnover, but they just dominated the scrums, isn't it? And that platform that we had from the scrums was so good. And Oxen Chair played a big part in that. So I'm going to give him a 7. I'm seeing it a 7. That's a 6.9. I don't mind a 6.9. I'm happy with that. Somebody's asking why I'm drinking water. I've run out of beer. So we're on to the water for now. We'll have to go get the drinks after this. But yeah, so keep voting for the man of the match. There's 88 votes there. Go and vote there. It's looking actually pretty close there. So so I'm going to give Ox a 7, and a 6.9 I think is pretty good. Bongi Manambi, you know that we didn't lose a single lineup the entire game, eh? But I didn't think Bongi had his best game. I don't think we managed to get involved as much. 1 carry, 2 tackles. He missed 3 tackles. Yeah, the line-out work was flawless. It was flawless the entire game. But I don't think that Bongi Manambi had his best match. And it didn't really matter, I don't think. I don't think he needed to really have his best match. So I'm going to give him a 6. People got him a 7. I don't see how Bongi Manambi had a better match than Oxen Chair, for example. So, yeah, I mean, and again, you're allowed to have a bad match. There's nothing wrong with Bongi. But I just didn't think it was his best performance. We've seen him do a lot more. But France the Fridge, my man, there's going to be a lot of brandy drunk tonight. I reckon France Mahherb is sitting with a clip drift in one hand, a Richelieu in another hand, and he's just mixing brandy with brandy. Like, they're going to ask him, like, France, do you want a Coke? And he's going to look at you and say, why would I want a Coke? Like, what do I need a Coke for? Like, is cocaine? Like, what do we say? I'm like, in London, so are we sniffing the stuff? No, like, why would I need a Coke? Like, Branners? Mit Branners. And if you do get a Coke, don't you dare try and give him imagine you try and give him like a sugar-free Coke to mix his brandy. He'll probably slap you. Yeah. This man, though, 9 tackles, 76 minutes played, by the way, the tight head. 1 carry, but 9 tackles, just the 1 missed. Enormous at the scrums. Winning scrum penalties right at the end as well. Like what more could you ask from a tight head? So I'm actually going to give France Mahherb an 8. I think it was absolutely brilliant. 7.6. I like that. I also like the fact that this was working, which is the main thing. So, yeah, but France Mahherb take a bow. Absolutely titanic performance from a large man. What's it to quote Anthony Joshua? It's hard work out here, man. I'm heavy. That's what he was doing today. He was doing the hard yards. But 9 tackles from a tight head, playing 76 minutes, demolishing the scrum, just taking them to town was very impressive. And France can be very, very chuffed with the work he put in today. Yeah, man deserves all the brandy. Get him to duty free right now. Get him that Richelieu. Get him that clip drift. I don't know what he's drinking, but he better be good shit. You don't give this man bad brandy. Eben Etzebeth, well, got to try for his efforts. 10 tackles, not a single tackle missed. 2 turnovers, 1. A try, 3 carries, a line-out steal as well. He's just so good. Like, I don't know else to say. He's just so flippin' good. And I don't know how we're going to replace him, to be honest. I don't know what we do when he retires. We're going to just have to clone him, to be honest. We're going to have to take some skin cells. We're going to have to clone him because I don't know what we do when he goes. I genuinely don't. He's just so consistently phenomenal. And the engine on him as well. He's just. So I'm gonna give him an 8. Really, really good. 8.1. I don't mind that either. I'm not mad at that. He's just so good. Probably will win South Africa Player of the Year. I don't see how he doesn't. He's just been phenomenal this year. Absolutely phenomenal. Marvin Orie. Shame. The last thing he did was a mistake. But apart from that, I thought Marvin Orie actually played pretty well. He made 6 tackles. He didn't miss a single tackle. He carried the ball 3 times, gaining 10 meters. And, yeah, I said, made a mistake right towards the end, which I think sort of was a bit of a blip on his performance. But I actually thought he was pretty good under the high ball generally. He got himself 2 or 3 kickoffs he took and actually just did the job. And I keep saying this about Marvin Orie. Yes, he's not going to be an RKS name. He's going to make a line break and just bang and bang. But he just does everything solidly. He just... does he look out of place? That's the biggest thing for me. Does he look out of place in the international scene? No. And I think that's credit to him because he just doesn't look out of place. He was just solid again. He gets the work done. Very good at lineouts. Was good under the kickoff, stuff like that. Had 1 bad mistake, but he, again, made all his tackles. So he did what a lock should be doing. And I'm going to give him a 7. I enjoyed it. 6.2. I think it's harsh. I think to think that Marvin Orie had a worse game than Bongi Manambi, I just think that's wrong. It's just wrong. I think that's harsh again on Marvin Orie. I think that we realize that he's a lock at the end of the day, and he needs to do the hard yards. But Yeah, so I think that's harsh. I thought that Marvin Ori was fine. I think he was absolutely fine. I don't need him to be spectacular. I don't need him to be groundbreaking. I need him to make his tackles. I need him to be good under the high ball. I need to be good at lineouts. He did all of that. This man, though, he's just what? What does he drink? What does he eat? Like, how is he just so? How is he just so consistent all the time? So we look at Czech Lisa's game. This is how it reads: 5 carries, 10 tackles, 1 missed tackle, but 10 meters gained. He's just everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And to think that if we go back to so I'm trying to sort out people who are useless. Um, he's just we think back to last year in June where people were like complaining about yeah, should he be starting? And remember the whole thing, oh, we all know why he's starting, if he wasn't captain. And I mean, this guy is just a different planet. Different planet. Every single week, week in, week out. I'm gonna give him an 8. He's just Titanic, 7.9. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. This man's going to get a 9. This man was absolutely everywhere today. His work rate is unmatched. He's in the running for man of the match. 2 big line-out steals. Important line-out steals as well. Got through a lot of work. 7 tackles. 1 missed tackle. 2 carries. But he was just absolutely everywhere. And I think he's really come of age this year. And I'm glad he's starting to get the plaudits. I'm glad he's starting to get the attention he deserves. Because he just does. He does all the shitty work that nobody else wants to do. And he's just, as I said, I think he's come of age, and I think he's become indispensable to the box. And ironically, in a year where Peter Steph Toya probably had one of his worst, not worst, one of his poorer years in the box jersey, Franco Mostert has basically said, I can play 7, chaps. I can move to 5. I can play 7. I can do whatever you need me to do, I can do. And I'm going to give him a 9 because it's just, he's everywhere. 8.4, I think that's the highest rating so far. It is. And I think that's fair. I'm glad that this rating, see, the rating's quite cool when it works, isn't it? You know, it's quite lacquer. Cool to see it working. Then we've got Evan Ruis. Right, Evan Ruis made 8 carries, making 25 meters, 2 defenders beaten, 3 tackles, none missed, and 2 turnovers won, 2 turnovers conceded. I thought he was good. I don't think he was phenomenal. Some people are saying it's interesting because I'm seeing some people saying that he was terrible. Other people are saying he was man of the match. I think he was somewhere in between. I thought that you probably give him a 7. I thought he was good. I thought he carried pretty well. I thought he tackled pretty well. He wasn't outrageously good. It wasn't the Evan Ruis we saw at the URC, but we don't need necessarily. It's international rugby. He had a poor early moment where I don't think he protected the ball particularly well. Mauri Toja stole it, but thankfully the GOAT, Eben Etzebeth, just grabbed it straight back and said, don't stress. But he was fine. He was good. I don't think he looked out of place. Again, a bit like Marvin Ori, he looked the part. Jasper Wies is ahead of him still. I do think so. I think he is. And that's not a bad thing. But I don't think we should expect too much. I mean, it's the poor lad's 3rd game in international rugby. His second start, and I thought he was pretty solid. So I'm going to give him a 7. 7.2. I ain't mad at that. Look at us being in tune here. That's what I love about this, you know. A couple of comments here. Dion was saying Moster's versatility was a massive benefit today, 100%. Nico saying Moster was a monster. JP says, have to remember, a player like Kwaka took time to play like himself too, 100%. And that's why I like the Evan Lewis performance, because I thought there was a step forward. It was, yeah, there's someone there. And it's going to take a while for him before we really settle in. But he belonged at the level. You know, he looked good at the level. He looked comfortable. And that's what you want to see. You want to see players who come on and don't look like they're deer in headlights. And that's what we've seen with Kane Moody. We've seen that with Curtly Orenser. We see players come on and look pretty comfortable. There have been some players that come on and looked poor. You know, Joseph Durr, for example, really struggled in his first couple of games. But Evan Ruis came on and he was fine. Faffles de Klerk, you little biscuit, you. You biscuit. What a player. What a player. What a moustache, by the way. I'm gonna shave all this. I'm going full Faf de Klerk. If he keeps that moustache, as I said in the live stream, Faf de Klerk keeps that moustache, we win the World Cup. But that is not an opinion, people. That is a verified fact. That moustache was everything today. We won because of the Faf de Klerk moustache. It's that simple, people. I would love to provide you with groundbreaking analysis. The only thing I can tell you is that we won because of the moustache. 9 out of 10, Faf. Brilliant performance from him. 8.5. I think that's the highest rating so far and deserved. It was the Faf de Klerk of the World Cup. He was absolutely everywhere. Everywhere with his defense. He's 75% tackle, but he made 6 tackles. He won a turnover as well. 3 penalty goals, a conversion. He just looked like the Faf of old. And that's what we've been waiting to see. So very, very chuffed that he's really taken this opportunity, this automation series, and put himself back firmly on the radar and put himself back on top of the radar, to say that I am the one that you guys need to trust in. Damian Willemse. Now, somebody the other day, somebody said in the live stream, I had a laugh, that the Damian Willemse experiment at 10 was failed. And to be fair, I think it was KPMG. He came back and said, maybe I was being a bit emotional. He missed 2 tackles towards the end. And they scored. But for someone who, before the tour, had played like once at flower half, today, 2 drop goals, created that Curtly Arons try, almost created another try as well, and it's just, he was thrust under that. He was thrust into an uncomfortable position, and basically said, "Listen, you might have to play at 10 at the World Cup, so we're gonna need you to play 10 for a bit." And no complaints. He went out and he did the business. And today, we saw someone who actually looked like a 10. Those two flower halves. I mean those two drop goals, for example. If Marcus Smith or Owen Farrell had pulled those out, we'd be raving. So we've got to rave about him. We've got to be really honest and say that Damian Willemse stood up and was counted. And yes, some people sit there saying, "Oh, he's better at 12, he's better at 15," but that's not the point, is it? We know that Damian Willemse will probably not start at the World Cup at 10. Pollard hopefully will come back, and that's the idea. The Pollard will come back, but he's an option. He's a genuine option. And that's probably the most important thing. And hopefully he continues to grow. He'll go back to being 12 for the Stormers, and that's fine. But I think I'm going to give him an 8. I'm just really chuffed for him. That's been the coming of age for Damian Willemse. I think he's taken on the responsibility, and I think that he was thrust into the limelight very young. I don't think he was maybe potentially ready. He's a World Cup winner, by the way, so I don't think he cares. But look what he's become this year. He's really just flipped a switch, and he's become the player we wanted him to become. Marcus, all my pimps, my pimples, my pimpsies. Let's see. He got no ball today. 3 tackles, 2 misses. Yeah, he was star of the possession, to be honest. Didn't get much into the game. Shame. Curtly Arons is getting all the plaudits. I do think that Curtly Arons has skipped ahead of Marcus Pimpy. So the sad thing is you're probably going to have to give him a 6. He worked hard, though, so I feel like 6 is almost being harsh on him. But didn't have much to do. Didn't do anything wrong. And so, average is usually about a 6. That's kind of where we sort of stand and stuff like that. I'll probably give him a Pimpy a 6. Well, he worked hard. I feel like it's harsh. I'm going to give him a 6 to see what you guys went. 6.7. I actually like that. I think 6.7 is about right. Damien Delindi. Let's see what Damien Delindi's game was. Basically, didn't get much options really. Didn't get to carry that much. But he made 6 tackles. He made 2 missed tackles. He made a couple of important tackles. A couple of big hits as well. So I think it was a pretty decent game from Damien Delindi. And it's funny because we all sit there saying we want to see Damian Willemse at 12, but how do you leave out Damien Delindi? It's like this constant grapple that we want to see this, but also we understand and we understand that he's our boy and he operates. So how do you leave him out? But so I'll probably give Damien Delindi a 7. You guys give him a 7 as well. Fantastic. So he's difficult to job because he's consistently really good. Apparently the number 1 inside centre in the world, and I think that's probably quite fair. He's just the most consistent. He's definitely the most consistent, inside centre in the world. So credit to him because yeah, he brings a consistency week in, week out, week in, week out, and was once again pretty good today. And then Jesse Creel. Now I'm interested to see. Jesse Creel will probably be low because people do go low. Jesse Creel made 7 tackles. He missed that one at the end there, which people aren't going to be very chuffed about, but he made some important tackles. And I think Creel's biggest compliment, Monitolagi might as well not have played today, to be honest. Literally, you shouldn't don't bother walking onto the field. They got absolutely nothing in that midfield. Absolutely nothing. He made a couple of very important defensive reads. He made his tackles. And yes, everybody else sit there saying, oh, he's not Lakanya but no one's Lakanya you know. And as I'm saying, Monitolagi, let me read out Monitolagi's game. Monitolagi, 10 meters gained, 2 passes, 1 defender beaten, 0 tackles, 1 missed. He basically didn't play. That's what I'm saying. Monitolagi didn't play. One of the most dangerous players for England might as well not have been in the park. And I think a lot of credit must go to JC Creel because he did shut down that channel so well. He made those tackles. He really fronted up. So I'm going to give him a 7 as well. I thought see, that I think, I mean, I'm not angry at it because 6.7, but to say that JC Creel and Mapimpi had the same game feels harsh. But again, there's, I get accused of having a JC Creel pro agenda. There's definitely an anti-JC Creel agenda. I think if you're being very brutally honest, I think if you can take the emotion out of it, I think you look at JC Creel and you say that this end of year tour, this Autumn Nation series shows you that he can be relied on, that you can play him in the important games, that you can play him. Yes, the Kanya will start. Obviously, that it's not rocket science to understand the Kanya Am's better. I mean, JC Creel's not exactly going to sit there saying I'm a better player than the Kanya Am. Oka nominated for World Player of the Year, but what do you really do wrong this series? Not much. And that's the main thing, isn't it? Is that he can be relied on. And he was relied on time after time after time. And people could sit there saying, oh, well, why would who else is going to play at outside centre? It was going Henk and Veek. Henk and Veek's going to take a while to get going. Henk and Veek, for example, struggled in those SAA games. And I think Henk and Veek is going to be a world-class outside centre. But he struggled in the SAA because it takes time. Whereas Jesse Creel slotted straight in and defended well. So you get people like Lakanya who say, you love Creel too much. No, I don't. I'm just telling you. I'm just trying to be fair on the poor guy who gets blatantly thrown apart because he doesn't produce like chicken wing passes and unbelievable offloads, but he's defensively incredibly solid. And hoping some people are starting to come around. And he does a job. So when you're saying if you're offensive supporter, then Creel will be met. And Gary's saying Creel becoming more used to being part of a team and level contribution improving every week. That's the thing, and you can rely on him. So, yeah, he's not Lakanya, and we don't need him to be Lakanya. But can he put him on, and can he do a job? Yes, he can. And that's what we need. Kurt Lawrence, this guy, stop it, I like it. This man is only 6 tries in 6 games for Kurt Lawrence. Listen, this is how his game reads. 2 clean breaks, 3 defenders beaten. 118 meters gained. 3 defenders beat. I was talking about that. 1 try, 5 tackles, 0 missed. By the way, didn't miss a tackle. Didn't miss anything. Kurt Lawrence was brilliant tonight. I mean, that inside outside. I mean, poor Marcus Smith is still trying to work out how he would ever might be able to get close to him. He just can't do anything wrong at the moment. He's going to get a 9 out of 10 for me. 9.1. Yeah, I mean, he's going to win the man of the match as well from the looks of it. Brilliant. And funny enough, I'll hold my hands up when he first got named in the box squad, and I wasn't the only one. So you can come at me. I wasn't the only one. I was surprised he was included because we had seen parts of him at the Bulls. We had seen a player that was there. We had seen potential, but I don't think anybody really thought that he was going to do what he did. I was almost surprised when he was first named in the squad back in June. I was surprised. I was quite taken aback. I was a bit like, it's an interesting, like, really? Are you going to go with Kurt Lawrence? Okay. It was a surprising selection. And now you're looking and thinking, well, if there's a World Cup final tomorrow, this guy starts. Probably hit him a pimpy. So he's the definition of someone who they took a risk with and he's paid back dividends. He's been absolutely brilliant for the Box. Probably could have been World Player of the Year candidate. But what a phenomenal year. Right, Billy LaRue. Fun fact, he actually had to make a tackle today. But Billy LaRue, try assist, 1 defender beaten, 7 passes, 23 meters gained. Yeah, once again. Once again, Billy LaRue I thought was very good. So where are we sitting with Billy LaRue? Have we all come around? I'm seeing somebody saying Billy the GOAT. That's what I love. I think he's gained a lot of respect. I think we've realized how much better we are for him. And we were a different team for having him on. That's the main thing. We were a different side when he's on the pitch. We're a better side when he's on the pitch. And long may that continue, and long may he continue to contribute like that. So I'm going to give Billy probably an 8. I thought it was once again very 8.4. What? What? Somebody clip this. Somebody clip it. Clip it and put it out there. Billy LaRue's got an 8.4. 8.4 on the player ratings. This is sensational. This is more surprising. I'm trying to think of what this is more surprising of. This is probably more surprising than the fact that the Lions haven't won the URC yet. You know, like Billy LaRue, 8.4 in the player ratings. You people have come to the party in the last one of the year. Lacquer. Right, Malcolm Marks. He had a clutch turnover. Let's see how the game reads. 1 carry, 3 tackles, 1 turnover, 1. I'll give him a 7. It's pretty solid. It was a good turnover. Didn't have too much to do. I'm loving the really sexual comment. That kills me. I love that. I'm really sexual. Brilliant. I'm going to give Malcolm a 7. 8.2. It's probably a bit generous. I think 8.2 is generous, I must admit. He was good. There's nothing wrong with Malcolm Marks, but didn't have much to do. But that penalty was pretty clutch. We appreciate those moments, don't we? Steven Kitsoff, 7 tackles, by the way. 2 missed, no carries. Was very good at the scrums. And yeah, I'm going to give him a 7. 7.8. Lacquer. Thomas Atoy. Yeah, listen. What can you really give a guy who was on the park for 4 minutes and made 2 tackles and got a red card? Unfortunately, Thomas is going to get like a 3 for me. He just got a red card, 4.2. Yeah, shame. And I feel desperately sorry for him because this was the chance he needed. The chance he's been waiting for. Poor Thomas Atoy just never really had that opportunity. Comes on, gets a clear red card and goes off. So yeah, I feel sorry for the poor lad, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Marco van Staden was pretty quiet, to be honest. He made 3 tackles, no turnovers. Yeah, pretty quiet game. Probably give him a 6. That's nothing wrong with a 6. Just 6.3. I think that's pretty fair as well. Didn't see much of him. Kwaka the GOAT. I mean, the guy was on for 35 minutes, by the way. 8 tackles, 4 carries, 5 meters. Just inject so much energy into the game. I really, really like this bench role for him has revolutionized this game. Like, he's now undroppable. He really is undroppable. So I'm going to give Kwaka an 8. That was a really good cameo. 7.4. Maybe I've gone a bit high, but I was just really liked it. I thought he made a very important, couple of very important tackles. You know, that one where they forced turnover. We got the scrum penalty towards the end. That was a lot of his pressure. He was just everywhere. He was absolutely everywhere. I mean, 8 tackles in like 25 minutes is insane, or 35 minutes, or whatever it is. Jaden Hendricks was barely on. Made one silly decision, but I'll give him a 6 just for being, you know, pretty bang average. 6.2. Same with Moy Liebach as well. I mean, the Oak was bare. He was on for 20 minutes. Didn't have much to do. Made a tackle. So I'll give this. You'll be in the 7s, I'm sure. 7. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind 7 there. And Kenny Moody's going to get a 6. Paul Lad was on for 2 minutes. Might as well not even rate him. But yeah, there we are. Generous ratings. Apart from Thomas Atoy, who got a red card, as you kind of expect. Nothing lower than a 6. I don't think that's fair. I think it was a complete performance at the end of the day. So we move. I think Marvin always a bit harsh. I think he probably deserved more than that. But I'm just chuffed to see that we went in and we put in a big performance. We got the job done. And we're going to be smiling Bok fans in the morning. People, I want to say thank you. I want to say a very big thank you. because it's been a very long international year. There's been ups, there's been down, we've had disagreements, we've had fights, we've had some ugly streams, we've had some fantastic streams, but it's been a really, really fun year of coverage. It's been a really fun year of Springbok rugby. I enjoy the debate. I enjoy the fact that we've got different opinions. I enjoy that we can have these debates. I enjoy that most of the time people are in good spirits about it. The fact that we're closing on 23,000 subscribers is really exciting. Let's keep the momentum up. We've now got URC, we've now got Champions Cups, we've got a lot of domestic rugby. So all I'm asking for you is don't leave. Don't just come around for the international games. Let's get behind our local games. Please do come and keep supporting the channel. We've got very big plans for next year, but we need your support at the end of the day. If we're not getting the views, if we're not getting the support, we're trying to find sponsors and partners to really take us to the next level. We've got massive plans for next year, and you guys are a massive part of it. If you would like to support the channel, you can become a member, for example. You can drop a super chat stuff, whatever you guys. There's no expectation. Obviously, we'll never put any content behind a paywall, so it'll always be available to you guys for free. Just a massive thank you, because as we wrap up our final Springbok stream, it's just a nice time to reflect. And I think last year we were celebrating like 10,000 subscribers. In fact, I can actually go and find out exactly when we hit 10,000 subscribers. And I actually want to do that because I think it'll be a nice way to look back at where we've come from, and more to the point where we want to go. So we hit 10,000 in 22nd of November 2021. So literally 4 days ago, a year ago. So literally almost to the day, we were 10,000 subscribers. We have doubled that and some in a year. That's phenomenal, and it's thanks to you guys. So there's been a lot of old people. Phenomenal to see the new people as well. Loving the chat, loving the positive vibes. I'm just so glad we won tonight. Otherwise, it could have been a very negative thing. But we're not going away. It's not goodbye. We will be live potentially even tomorrow if the weather plays its part, and we're going to go and hopefully watch the Lions do the business. But just as we do wrap up the international season, just a big thank you for the support, and keep subscribing. Let's try and push. We want to get to 25,000. And hey, we doubled our subscribers last year. If we were to double us again, we'd be sitting at 50,000 by the end of the World Cup next year. And I think that's actually possible. Thanks to you guys, because you guys are so supportive. Please have a fantastic evening. We'll see you guys in the live streams potentially tomorrow. Smash like on the way out. Thanks for making it a great alternation series. I think this channel's actually done about 1 million views in a month, which is insane. And it's all thanks to you guys. Smash like on the video, people. Subscribe to the channel as well. The last thing we've got to do is we've got to award Kirkley Oren, sir, the man of the match, the Forever Sports man of the match, brought to you by Steve's Alcoholic Tendencies. Because we don't have a sponsor for it, so it might as well be brought by something. People, we'll see you soon. Oh, by the way, press conferences will be up. It's in good quality. We've got a man in the press conference right now, so we'll have it all up for you later. Of course you will. We operate for you guys. We're here for the fans. You guys, by the fans. Me, sleep tight. For those who are about to go to bed and stuff. To everybody else, see you guys soon. And this has been Stevie P once again for another Springbok stream. And just like that, the Boks are out for the year, and they'll be back next year in June. But we'll see you many times before then.